Good morning, everyone. It is Sharon Wilson, independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator here in Australia, stampinwithsharon.com.au, sorry, stampinwithsharon.com.au. Good morning, how are you all today? It is Friday the 2nd of September. I'm just going to move my little video thing over here so I can actually see if any comments pop up. It is Father's Day on Sunday, and I have actually got a couple of things for my husband, and the girls have got some presents for him and what have you. So I am a bit more organised than what I feel, but I thought some of you out there may not be quite organised enough for Father's Day for Sunday, so I thought I would share a few projects for you to help inspire you or get you creating, making something for that special man in your life that yeah, it could be a father figure, could be your dad, could be an uncle, brother, husband, whatever. So I just thought I would post, show you a couple of projects that I have created and will create with you online. So I'm going to just find the projects, find the products that I'm going to use with you. It is, hang on, is it in this one? I can't recall what's actually in now, what they're in, whether it's in the holiday catalogue or the main catalogue. I'm thinking it might be the main catalogue. I'm just going to have a look rather than showing you the screen or my page. Yeah, so I have decided I wanted to do some mail stuff with you, and I want to use the He's All That and Brood for You stamp sets. So I'm just going to find them. What's it? Page 83 of the annual catalogue. So that one, and yeah, 79. So working from the annual catalogue today. So let me just get to that one. There we go. So we don't need the mini today. So we're going to be working with this one, but only doing one card with this one. I haven't actually played with this one yet, and I'd like to. And it's a fabulous card for men because, I don't know, men usually drink beer. I don't know, maybe that's just I don't know, a generalisation. But I thought I'd make a card with this one and then work on the He's the Man suite. And so I'll show you the designer series paper for this one, because we'll be using that on both cards. So this is what we're going to be working with. So He's the Man. It's a specialty paper. So 2 sheets are the sorry, there you go, my face as well. 2 sheets are die cuts, and then you've got the 10 sheets that are just standard sheets, but you've got 2 sheets of die cuts. And so I'll turn that around. They're the 2 sheets of die cuts. Whoops, missing one, hang on. You've got the combi van. There you go. So you've got a combi van, you've got the antique car. You've got quite a few little elements there. And so we're going to use some of these today on a couple of the projects. Yeah, at least 2 of the projects. I'm only going to do 3 projects today, a couple of cards and then a 3D project. So the other papers you've got is those 2. So barbecue, very barbecue looking. Someone who's sharp, looking sharp, wears a tie, sort of more business suity, like kind of person. One with a whole heap of cars on it. So you've got patterns that are great for men. You can use it just as generic patterns. Yeah, I think they're fabulous, these pages. You've got a camping one. So yeah, so and all the pages work beautifully together as well when you actually match them up. So they're all the sheets. I'll put them away. Oops. I lost myself. There we go. There I am. If you're watching, say hello. It's nice to know that people are watching me when I'm being creative. Chat to me. Tell me what's happening today. So I'm going to start with a little album first, using this suite. I'm actually not going to do a lot of stamping in this one. Actually, in two of the projects, I'm not doing a lot of stamping. So, yep, that's going to fall off there. So I want to create a mini album. So, at my Uplines retreat the other week, she does, morning Julie. Hey, how you going? My upline Morel, she ran a retreat for her team, and she does challenges for throughout the weekend, the stamp camp. So I actually participated in the 3 challenges, and I actually came first in this one. This is what we're going to make, but we're going to make it with in a male theme. So I created this little photo album, and I actually came first. So I was really excited about that. And so she gave me this little gift and a little certificate that said that I won. It's like, yay! There's so many amazing projects that people had created. So on this one, I've actually used the puff paint, whatever it's called, the foamy puff thing, to create his beard and his eyebrow. I actually put them on his eyebrows as well, so it was really cute. And then I created the little pages. It's a very simple album, so I'll run through it quickly, and I've just realised I left my ribbons behind. I need ribbons for this one. So I've just created some little pages just to go in the album, just really simple, just using the gnomes paper. So I was really pleased with how it all turned out. And so you can use it as a little photo album, you can use it as a journal book, I don't know, whatever you'd like to use it for, really. And all I did was I just stuck the pages together. So it was really, really super cute and super simple. But it was just it took a bit of time though. But it was, yeah. So I actually won that one. I was very excited. The other, morning Manda, the other challenge we had was a black and white challenge, and I had a look for how to create a piano. So I made a piano, little baby grand piano that was only about this big or something. It was very cute. But I gave that to one of the girls in my team because she's a piano teacher. So I thought, well, I don't need it. I don't know what else I'm going to do with it after I get home. So I said, you can have it. I know you appreciate it. But what we're going to do is we're going to create a little mini album. So first of all, you need some glue for this one, and you need a good amount of glue. And I need my bone folder for sure. So what I want to do, I want to make sure that my card base, I'm just using some chipboard. That's all I'm using. And I came up with the idea because I was pulling out some stuff from some old pizza boxes that are retired from Stampin' Up to decorate them and for something else that I've got coming up. And as soon as I saw the chipboard, I went, oh, I could make a little mini album. So I did. So that's how I came up with the idea on how to make it, or what I wanted to do. So, and it just sprung from there. So what I want to do is you want to make sure you've got a good amount of glue. And I'm using the thicker end of the Tombow of the liquid glue, just so I can get pretty good coverage over my album, over my chipboard, so it will actually stick well. And then I'm just going to lay that over the top. Try and get it as centered as possible. It won't matter if you've got a bit of glue over the outside because you're going to need glue on there anyway. But you can use your bone folder just to get a bit of extra pressure, just to flatten it out. I don't need that one. And then we go this one. Make sure I'm in the shot. And just cover this second piece. I used to make some albums as a gift for teachers and things like, and people like that yeah, you can usually give an album to. So when my youngest was in kindy, the parents decided they wanted to do a bit of a photo and a little bit of a note to the teacher going out of kindy. So I created an album for the teacher for all the pages to go in. So I love creating albums. So then I'm just going to score around the edge. And I didn't grab my other scissors. I'll use these ones. You want to just cut off the corners, but you want to leave a bit of the corner there. So I'm just going to score around the edges again. Oops. It's very forgiving, this one, this project, because even though I've got that mark there, I'm going to cover it up, so it doesn't really matter. But I want to leave a bit of an edge there, so we're sort of going to wrap it a bit like you would a present when you do the ends of a present, if you know what I mean. So then I'm going to fold it over. No glue yet. Just folding it over. Try and get some good crisp lines. So what are you ladies doing this morning other than watching me? What have you got planned? We're working at home. I'm going to try and work pretty quickly on this one. But this is a bit of fun. I like doing these sorts of projects. So what I want to do is, with this corner, I want to stick down these two ends first, and then we'll work on these little corners. Okay. So I might just, no I won't, I'll still go with this one, this edge. Just get a good amount of coverage, a bit quicker than the thinner end. And so you want to fold them both ends over and get a good stick down. Just working. I'm glad you took some, you can have me going on in the background. I hope I'm not too disruptive for you though, Julie. So just have a good stick down of the paper. So with these corners, what we want to do is we actually want to fold it down like that, and then you want to try and sort of fold it in a bit, because then once it folds over, that corner will be tucked in a bit more rather than actually sticking out the edge. So in some respects it's a bit like a present when you sort of fold over the edge, if that makes a bit of sense. I hope it makes sense. And so if I put a bit of glue there, so then you see that it's actually in a lot further. I'm hoping you can see that. Just in a bit further than if you just folded it over. So I guess it's a bit of a mitre, I guess. You do get quite gluey with this one, so just be aware of that. See, I've got more glue there on my sheet. So again, you want to sort of fold it down and then fold it in. And fold it, press it down and then fold it in. since I've got another piece of chipboard here, I'm just going to put that down. See if I've got a bit of weight. Hang on a second. Just give a bit of weight on that one. Alright, and then this one, we're going to do the same. Sorry, got a bit of a croaky voice at the moment. And just fold over the edges again. And stick down. And last two corners. Okay. So this is the time where you want to put ribbon in if you want to do ribbon. So just bear with me for a sec. I'm just going to go and grab my box of ribbon. Sorry about that. And I think I want to get out the suede ribbon. This is a present for a man, so you want to sort of probably have a bit more masculine looking. And you just want to have an amount that you can actually tie. You just want to have enough for you to tie a bow. You could do a different type of clasp, I guess, but I thought I'll just do ribbon because it's just, ribbon's a bit easier, I find. Oops. Sticking to my fingers. There we go. And I need some sticky tape as well. Or some double-sided tape. I've got some double-sided tape. That's what I'm going to use. So you'll see that they're both the same size. And so you just want to try and get them about the same height on each of the cards. Each of the, what do you call them? Pieces. And you just want to stick it down. It's more just to hold it in place until you get the glue onto the project. Now, because I've got that one there, I'm just going to move that this way and see if I can do the same. About there. Think about there. Morning, Kathy. I've got a few of you watching this morning. That's lovely. Yay. I'm making a 3D project, bit of a mini album. To honour Father's Day, in honour of Father's Day. So one of them will go one way, one will go the other. Now the other, I have a couple of pieces of Designer Series paper, and I'm actually just going to put them over the top to cover up the inside bits. Move that one out of the way. Now obviously I want to put a bit more glue on here because that double-sided tape isn't going to hold the full piece of paper, so I'm just going to use my liquid glue again. And this paper, because it's just a pattern, there's no upside or downside or anything. It's easy. You don't actually have to worry about, oh, I've got to have it this certain way. Whereas with this one that I did, the mushrooms, I had to make sure that the mushrooms were facing the right way when I did that one. Come on, there we go. So you've got your two. Oh, you know what I've done? I've mucked up. I really have. I need to do that way. I have a little spine that I need to put in there, and I forgot about the spine, didn't I? Ah, you need a spine, because otherwise it's just two pieces of chipboard with paper over the top. Oh, no. Ah, I knew something was going to go wrong. That's okay. I'm going to work with it. I'm going to just try and squeeze it in. Nothing like making a mistake online. It's okay, Julie. I'll fix it. It's okay. I'll be good. It'll be good. And hopefully you won't notice it by the time I'm finished. I'm going to do one side first. There we go. It's all right. It's okay. See, I'm getting there. I'm getting there. Got a bit of glue coming out, but I'm getting there. So this piece, the spine is 10.5. It's Friday Fun with Sharon. I need to change the name, don't I? Not Facebook Live. Friday Fun with Sharon. So the spine is 10.5 centimeters by 5 centimeters, and then scored at 1.9. Okay. As long as I give you all a good chuckle on Friday mornings, I'm happy. There we go. None the wiser. Oh, wow. I was thinking, I'm going great, cards. I'm doing really well. Everything's going perfectly. Apart from the fact that I haven't now lined it up properly, but that's okay. It's all right. It's okay. Oh, dear. That's all right. So I've made only a small spine. Do you know how many times I've made these albums and I've forgotten to put the spine in before I've put the designer series paper down? Way too many times to count. I do it so often. You'd think I would know and learn by now. And I'm getting glue everywhere as well. So I think I might just set this aside for a bit just to dry. So then I can get onto a different project and maybe actually get through a project without making a mistake. So I'll set that aside to dry. I'll bring over another project. So I'm going to show you this one instead. So I'm going to use, it's a bit of a fancy fold card, this one. And I'm going to be using the paper, the designer series paper for this. So whatever that's called, he's all that. He's the man. He's all man. It was page 79. Let's go back to that one. Give myself a bit of time to breathe. What is it? It's the He's the Man Specialty Designer Series paper. So we're going to use this paper. We're going to use some soft succulent cardstock and some Sahara Sand cardstock. So the card base, this is 14.85 by 10.5 centimeters. It is actually just one piece of card, just a single quarter sheet. So it's an A6 piece of cardstock. I have a piece of basic white. Now, if you can see, I'm hoping you can see, I've actually embossed this, but I've only embossed it to there and to there. So all I've done is I've actually run it through the embossing folder. I've actually put the plate, where is it? So when I've actually done it, I've put my piece of cardstock in. Yeah. I've put my piece of cardstock in. Before I've run it through the machine, I've actually just put my embossing plate about there. So not far in. And then I flip it around. Once I've run it through, I flip it around and put it only a short distance in on that side, because I want to have a writing panel. So I want to have a panel that I can actually write on the inside of the card. So that's how I've created that. I know I need to do something before I stick this down. So I then have a piece of soft succulent that is, what's this one? This is 10.5 by 10 centimeters by 14.85, and I've actually just scored it so that this piece is 10.5 centimeters, because that is going to be my little panel about here. So what I want to do is I want to put glue on here. And I want to stick that down, bearing in mind the distance that I've got for my embossed panel. So that still works. So I've got that. And then this piece, which way do I want to go? I want to go that way. I'm just going to stick this one down on the inside. And so you'll have a bit of the embossed fern sticking out on either side, because I like that. So I'll show you the card that I originally made. I copied it from someone, I can't remember who off the top of my head. But I had to make a couple of adjustments. So when I came to make this today, I wanted to make a couple of adjustments so that it actually worked with our size cardstock, because it was an American size card before. So this DSP panel is, where is that? 10.5 by 10.2 centimeters. And the reason it's that size is because that was the size that I had. So I worked with it. So you've got a little bit of a flip and there. So yeah, so you can actually, because I've put that underneath, it just makes it a bit cleaner. And I'll show you the other one shortly. So then I have a couple of the die cuts, and I also have a rectangle. I might use that one. And what I would like to do is I'm going to pop this up on dimensionals, if I can find them easily. I did have them close by. There they are. Do you know, when I got on this morning, I thought I was more organised. I really did. Obviously not. What you get is me. Let's see if I can find a sheet that I can use some. There we go, I'll use that one. I like finishing off sheets, so I try and find the one that I've used the most of. So this one I'm actually going to put there. So I just need a few dimensionals. And then this one I'm just going to put a bit of glue, Stampin' Seal. This one just on the side. I might actually put a dimensional underneath that, but a small one, just to keep that popped up. Make sure it stays. There we go. And then, so it's probably a bit plainer than the other one, and I'll show you. This was the original one, so it had a lot more of the panel, but they also had the inside bit, and because I just want to use my cardstock, obviously it's a bit shorter here, so some people probably wouldn't care. I did, which is why I wanted to change it slightly and have it this way instead. So they're the so they're that's that one, which I still like. I still love that one. I know the panel's a bit wider, but that's okay. I like that one. So I'll move on to another card. So this one I'm just using some more of the Designer Series paper, and I'd already cut a piece of Sahara sand lengthways, and so I just thought I'll just keep making the card in the portrait way. I've got a piece of early espresso, and yeah, it might go that way. There we go. Got a couple of different patterns. And I'll do this way. Just flipping it over, making it look a bit different than the original design that I saw. I was actually using scraps with this one. So this was the offcut from that one, and so it was just, I just had a piece that was already cut down, so I just wanted to use up the extra piece, so I'm just using scraps here. And then I had, let me see, I might do that. So this one I wanted to use some of the die cuts, and I wasn't quite sure what I wanted to do, so I just thought I'm just going to pull some stuff out and see if it works. And I think it does. That's okay. It's pretty good. So I'm just going to stick this one down onto the banner, and I'll pop the banner up with the You're a Champ. And then I've got a couple of tools as well. To pop or not to pop? Let's pop. Let's pop it up. Do you know I said I was only going to make 3 projects? I get into the swing on it, and then I'll just keep going. And then I was just going to pop these underneath. Just like that. Just something simple. Morning, Yvonne. Are you going to the Southern Highlands? Wow, you're off gallivanting again. So you've got that as the card front. And then I'm just going to put that onto the card base. So again, no stamping yet. Still no stamping. I'm actually pretty proud of that one now. I like that one. That's yeah. So they're two of the cards. Not too bad. Not too shabby. And then I've got my third one, which I was gonna do. You know, I was gonna pull out the beer one, but I don't think I will now. I was gonna do the beer, but I don't think I will. I don't know. So that's the Here's All That stamp set. Let me see. No, I think I might use that next week. You know, I'll have a play next week with this one. Keep it mail, because it's really hard to get mail cards. I think really hard to make mail cards. So I'm just going to work with the Here's All That today. I've changed my mind. You know me, I change things up as I want. So all the die cuts, I'll just show you some. I've already popped them out of the paper, just so it's a bit easier to, well, it's actually probably not easier to look for now. But let's, I don't know, I don't think it actually needs a lot, really. So I'm going to do the same sort of thing that I did with the last card. So I'm just going to stick this one down. Yep, there goes the tear and tape. I'll stick this one down. I have a couple of card bases to go on the inside, or inserts, I should say. You always want a panel to write on. So I was looking at that, so I could do that, and do a combi. I could just do a pretty easy combi van, couldn't I? Oh. This is where I just keep playing and trying to create something. No. Strong and courageous. You got the best dad award. I think I'll get rid of that one for the moment. I think I like that one. Oh. I'm not quite sure what I want. I'm not quite sure what I want. How about we flip it up? Here we go. Flip it up. You like the combi van? Yeah, I like the combi, but I just don't know how I'm going to incorporate that yet. So there's so many different things. Like there's a holy smokes, you're the best. There's the you make me hoppy. Or I could just go really simple and go cheers to all the years, but I like the awesome one. Where's that other one? Yeah. See, I could actually use that banner for that, but I think it needs to pop up a bit. I think that's where I've got an issue. It's just not the right colour. Okay, all right, I think I have an idea. I need some, I think I'll use this. I'll use some soft succulent and I might try a circle and I'll try a square. I'll do a bit of cutting out. So I think that's too much. I think, hang on. Oh, I'm just going to do a bit of cutting really quick. I'm just cutting out a circle and a square, a stitched circle and a stitched square. And is there anything else I wanted to cut out while I'm doing it? I might do that. So, I'm sorry, I've just done a stitched circle, stitched square, and then a deckled edge. Just to see if I like that a bit better. Oh, the square didn't work. Obviously didn't go far enough. Or something. I don't know. That's alright. I don't need it. I'll work with what I have. What if I flip it? What about that? What do you think? Does that work for us? I think I'm liking that better now. That's the deckled edge dies. Like I could do this, I could do the circle. Circle or the deckled edge. And I can pop him up. I think I'm going to go with that one. But I think I might just do a bit of sponging just around the outside just to give a bit more definition because the combi's the same colour. I just want to give it the edge a bit more of a definition, I think. That's better. That's better. There we go. There's my third card. Alright, going back to my album again. So I've got the album. Now I want to show you the sheets that I've got. So what I've done for the pieces of cardstock, the inserts, they are 13.7 centimeters by 10.5 and then scored at 1.9 centimeters, or 3/4 of an inch, I think, or half an inch. It's just below, just shy of 2 centimeters. And so you can do lots of little things with this. You can decorate each page, as I did previously in my other album, or you can do, you could just leave them blank, whatever you decide. And so all I was going to do, because you want to have a bit of, you sort of want to have a bit of a gap in between each of the pages. So if you have a look at this one, so this is my album. For those that missed it earlier, I created this a couple of weeks ago at a stamp camp, and yeah, I was really happy with it. So I'm just sort of recreating it for Father's Day. So in here you'll actually see I've actually got a piece of cardstock in between each page, and that's just to give it a bit of extra height for each page, so that you can still put photos in there, and it's not going to be squashed too much on there. So I just created just a bit of a, I guess a bit of an extra spine into each page, and literally just stuck it in on top. So that's what I've done. I'm not going to do that now because it's just a bit too, it can take a bit of time to do and let it glue and everything. So I'm just going to pop them back in there, but I'll decorate the front. And so I've had a thought of these ones going, well, do I do that? And I could do that. And I was going to do the classic car, and then you're the best, and you're a classic. So I was going to do something like that. And then I could do it that way, or I could do it that way. And then I saw this piece and I went, oh, I could do that. I could do it that way. But I think I like this bit now. But because I've got the classic car, that's all good, but I might go back to the combi van. Because I've got the green, I've got the soft succulent on the inside. So where'd my combi, my second combi go? I didn't use it, did I? My combi's gone travelling. There we go. There he is. So I'll just pull these back out. Yeah. See, my brain just keeps going. It just keeps going and going and going. But I can do, like, so I was looking at doing something like that. I wanted to cover up the colour actually. And so if I have this one, I don't actually need to cover up the colour at all. But then it doesn't coordinate as well on the inside unless I just change up these cards. I could just do that. In fact, I might. See how my brain keeps going? It just keeps going. Keeps going, do I want to do that? Do I want to do this? I think I need to chop this bit down a bit. Or switch it out. No, it's too small. I'm just going to chop this one down a bit, because I think it's yeah, it doesn't need to be as big as what it is. So I'm just going to eyeball it, as they say. Just do a quick chop down. I don't want to go too over the top with this, just because, yeah, it's it doesn't need to be over the top. Maybe I pull that one out. How many times can I pull these out and put them back in again? Quite a number. I think I'm going to go with that, actually. Oh, I think I'm going to go with that one. I'll chop that one down. Yeah. Hope you all like it like I do. I think I like that upside down. I'm just going to chop this bit off. Make sure I don't chop off the ribbon. There we go. It looks like the car's actually driving on the road. Oh, I think I'm done. I think I'm done. So you can tie this. obviously put all the pages in there, but I haven't. So you can put your pages in there, and yeah, you can give it to the man in your life for Father's Day. Still thinking. But yeah, this suite of products is amazing. You can do lots of projects with it without even stamping, as I've done today. No stamping today for me. I've done a bit of ink. I've added a bit of ink in there, but I haven't done any stamping today. So I hope you're not disappointed. But I just, yeah, I'm happy with that. Just trying to figure out if I need anything else. I don't think I do. So right now with Stampin' Up, there's actually quite a few promotions on at the moment. There's the, what are they called? I can't recall what they're called. Let me see if I can find it quickly. Weekly deals, that's what it's called. Weekly deals. Weekly deals are on at the moment. And so, there you go. There's my 4 projects. I ended up doing 4 projects today. Weekly deals are on at the moment through September. So the first lot was live yesterday on the 1st of September. The next lot will be live on the 8th of September, and then the 15th, I think that's right, and then the 22nd until the 28th. I just got to work out my 7s. So you've got weekly deals, and I'll see if I can pull up the weekly deals on my page for you to show you, and I'll show you the screen. Where are we? Specials. There we go. So can I do that? So here are the weekly deals. So you've got the Splendid Day paper, which is 12 by 12. It's $25.65, reduced from $27. There's the craft note cards and envelopes, which are, I think they're fairly new. They're reduced to $14. You've got the brush butterflies. You've got the classic matte dots, summer shadows dies, brushed metallic adhesive backed dots, the craft 6x6 paper stack, the craft gift boxes, round and square brads, papaya ribbon, and some linen specialty paper, and the Snowfall Accents puff paint. So they're all the weekly specials at the moment. So they're on. And then there's also, there was something else. There's the new, where are they? Hang on. There's new dies that are available to purchase with, yeah, these ones, the Birthday Piggy dies. You can actually buy these as a bundle now. And so it was just the stamp set. Now they've brought out some coordinating dies to go with it. And there's actually quite a few. So let me see if I can find them. Perfect Partners. So there's also the Apple Harvest dies. There's the Trimming the Tree bundle. So this one here. Waterfall Canyon. That's another one. Apple Harvest bundle. The Warm Welcome bundle. Excuse me. The Fresh Cut Flowers, and then there's also the Yeti. So there's actually quite a few dies that they've brought out just for the month of September. So this is only short term. It's only while supplies last. And it's only for September. So yeah, get in and get them while you can. So let me just go back to my cards. Just make sure I'm not, I don't close out my Facebook Live. So yeah, so these are the stamps. These are the products, the projects I made this weekend in yeah, for Father's Day, because it's Father's Day this Sunday in Australia. So I hope you get to celebrate that special man in your life, whoever he may be. Yeah, enjoy that time. I hope you've enjoyed my projects. As I said, this card was actually designed by someone else, and I can't quite tell you who they are. The album is definitely mine. And then, yeah, just having a bit of a play with the other cards. I just come up with a design, and so I get springboard from that idea onto something else. So I hope you enjoyed. I hope to see you next week. If you have any questions about any of the projects, please let me know. You don't have to stamp with this suite either. You can actually just use the die cuts to play and just cut the papers down and just have a bit of a play. It's fun. Hope I've inspired you, and I look forward to seeing you next week. Bye for now.